nice. It's one with the extra padding so I can't see anything. Hello and welcome back to Leap of Faith Life. I'm Azar. Today we're going to be talking about what needs to go in your toolkit if you suffer from panic or anxiety attacks. So if you want some quick tips and tools to begin building yours, please stay tuned. As always, you can reach me at leapoffaithlife.com or zaraegular.com. They bring you to the same space. You can get one-on-one guidance from me around holistic healing and where to even start with all of that, as well as one-on-one yoga or meditations that are personalized to you if you're walking through anything from depression to just wanting to become more creative, maybe hitting a creative block, anything in between. I also have an anxiety reduction toolkit that is available that has a bunch of different resources for you. It's a 55-page workbook that you can go in and mark what works for you, all the different tips and tricks and tools and holistic healing available for you, as well as a personalized 2 yoga practices and 4 meditations for you to use. I'm going to be breaking this down into the 5 senses to make it a little bit easier for you to think about, and also helps you to think about how the body actually calms down too. It utilizes all 5 senses to come to a space of normalcy. So the first touch that I'll cover here is soft. You want to think of how you would nurture or swaddle a baby, or how you would nurture and swaddle yourself after maybe you've drank too much, or you've eaten too much, or you've been at a really loud, noisy concert. Think about those moments where you've just been in a space where you need to come down, come into yourself, and not be around so much intensity. Maybe you've experienced a really bad headache or migraine, and coming down off of that experience, you want to be really gentle, sweet, and soft. So I have pajamas that I really like, some for the summer and some for the winter that I utilize, and just have at the ready to slip on right after I've come out of a panic attack, something that's going to feel like a hug, really nurturing, really sweet, and really gentle. You also want to think about your surroundings. So maybe you don't have the opportunity to crawl right into bed. I would recommend that as number 1, just to kind of reground and recenter. But maybe you have a favorite chair or a space in your workplace that you designate, like, oh, if I have something, I'm going to go there. Maybe it's the bathroom stall. Get into a space where you can just shut out, if you can, any exterior or external distraction or confrontation. People asking you, are you okay? Are you okay? That type of thing is going to be kind of your own world that you're creating. So how can you create your own world depending on what space that you're in currently? So whether that's your bedroom, whether that's a bathroom stall, your car, that type of thing, you just want to think about that touch. How can it be softer around you? Sometimes this means getting in the shower. Maybe you have little ones and maybe they will follow you into the shower, but sometimes going into that shower space tells other people that you just need a second to recalibrate. Having that water is one of my tips and tools in my other video that is what do you do in the middle of a panic attack that is holistic and natural and loving, that you can add on to your already scheduled maintenance or what you do normally. In that video, I go over why it's so important to get into the shower, but again, this is creating your own capsule, your own space, your own safety net of something that is going to bring you out of the space and keep you kind of cleansed, literally and figuratively, against whatever is bubbling up. Sound is really important, so I like to have noise-canceling headphones in my toolkit that helps to drown out anything externally that might be going on. I just had a type of anxiety attack where there was construction. That wasn't the reason for the attack, but there was also construction happening right outside. It was very loud and noisy, so coming off of the attack was really aggressive of, I don't want to hear that noise anymore. And so I put the noise canceling headphones on, and that helped to reduce that noise. I also really love white noise, which is going to be, sometimes music is almost too distracting or too stimulating in a negative way. It might not be for you, but for me, I like noisily, which you can listen to a stream, you can listen to rain, you can also listen to a fan. They have different fan frequency noises, or different just white like TV background noise, where it's like that fuzzy TV noise. It's really, really helpful to see which one resonates with you. I never thought a fan would resonate with me, but if you think about it, if you're lulling or you're trying to get a baby to sleep or let it a adults need to have white noise when they're sleeping. It's that same principle idea of just drowning out any external distractions that are going to feel too stimulating. Binaural beats are really important too, and that is another holistic tool that I've got on my website, but also on my YouTube channel, where it utilizes different frequencies. The left and right ear perceive noise or perceive tones, frequency, and vibrations in a different manner. So one's slightly higher than the other, and when they come together, that's what we normally hear. So usually it's important to listen with headphones because it's going to allow that different frequency to really take effect. But it plays with the beta, alpha, theta, and delta waves that we all experience. So when we're really in tune and kind of in a flow state, maybe we're running, maybe we're editing a video, it's that space where things get drowned out. There's energy that is around that, or we feel a certain way when we're in that space. Same with sleeping waves. Dreamless sleep is different than when you're just starting to drop down into a meditation. So test those out and decide if they want to be in your toolkit. Essential oil is super important for smell, which is the next tip. And that can be anything. It can be lavender, it can be lemon, citrus is really good for happiness, lavender is good for calming, peppermint is good for being alert and awake, so maybe that's not the best, but maybe that works for you. So you determine what essential oil works the best for you, and then you use it as either a carrier. So what that means is taking and putting it into an oil, so maybe it's coconut oil, and you dip a little bit, or you sprinkle 1 or 2 drops into that, and then you put it into a bottle, or you put it on your skin, your hands rather, and then put it on. Maybe you just take 1 or 2 drops and put those on your wrists and then on your ears. You have to determine which ones are good for your skin and which ones react better for you, because sometimes people have reactions to certain oils and you want to be aware of that before you're trying to come down after an attack. So decide which one works for you, decide how you like to put it on your body. You can also put it in a diffuser, add water, and it'll go into the air and act as a scent, which is really nice. Maybe you have incense that is of that smell, or you can also use it as a spray bottle. A lot of sprays are really nice to have. You can spray them on your pillow, add water, essential oil, and then it creates your own little zen zone. Maybe have that in your car or your purse or on you in your backpack. Smell is really powerful, so this is a big one to help let the body know that you're in a safe space. It's okay to calm down, it's okay to relax. Taste is our next one, so it's nice to have a little tea bag in your toolkit. So whether that's chamomile, which is really good for anti-anxiety for lots of different reasons, or having lavender tea if you really want to get fancy, or peppermint tea. Those are all really good de-stressors, but specifically for anxiety, which tends to trigger panic attacks as well. So utilizing one of those, having those in your kits, and then you can smell it, utilizing that smell sense, and then also tasting it, utilizing the taste sense, obviously. It's really helpful to come down and allow the body, again, to know in a different space, calming the inside of your body. Just when you have tea, even if you're not a big fan of tea, you know people cozy up with it when they're reading a good book or like on a rainy day. You're trying to give your body that same sensation of it's okay to calm down, it's okay to come into this space. You might not have the resources to get tea in whatever place that you've had this attack. So whether you get some water, or maybe you have a little chocolate bar and there's some dark chocolate, which is really good for anxiety as well, based off of the different things that are included in chocolate, helps the body at a minimal. You don't want to eat like the whole chocolate bar. I mean, do what you need to do, but that will help. Otherwise, having some walnuts in the toolkit is really important and powerful for anxiety as well. And if you've never experimented with flower essence or tinctures, these are really special and important things to play around with, depending on your naturopath or physician. Not a lot of them know about, physicians know about tinctures, so maybe go to your local naturopath store. A lot of different herbal stores will have good people behind the counter letting you know what will mix well with what. If you know you have certain allergies, work with that. But basically these tinctures or flower essences, you place them under the tongue. You have a little dropper and you place that under the tongue. And the essences within there, the herbs or flowers in there, will help to calm the body naturally really quickly because it's going under the tongue. So a lot of my friends will carry a special tincture or tonic that has to do with their specific things that they walk through in life, and they'll have that ready to go in their purse or bag. So that's something to look into if you've never heard or tried any of those. That could be something that would be really powerful and helpful for you. But again, make sure you research, do your research, do your research. Finally, sight. This is really nice, and depending on your surroundings, you can have a candle in your toolkit. I have a lighter and a little tea candle that I have in there, along with my lavender essential oil, my tea packet. It's really nice and calming to remind the body that, again, when we turn on candles, when we light candles, it's usually for a relaxing, peaceful space or something that we're intently putting a ritual around. And this is your ritual to come down after being in a really intense space. So having that in the toolkit can be really powerful. Again, if you're in your car or at work or something, this might not be possible. But then perhaps you turn on a really calming video. So maybe you excuse yourself, you have a break if you're at work or something after the panic attack, and you go and you have an episode of The Office, for example, a funny episode or a funny TV show or something that's going to help calm you. You have that downloaded onto your phone already, so it's ready to go. You've got your headphones that are part of your toolkit, and you're just there in that space. Affirmation videos are also very powerful for the same reason, in that you are rewiring the brain. You are creating new neural pathways within the brain when you listen to affirmations, and this can be something like "I am safe," or "I am peaceful," or "all is well." And whether or not you believe that, as long as you can relax and let go and just hear the words, it will rewire your brain, and it will help to bring you down as well and create that safe environment that you need. So this can be a part of sight, and it can also be a part of sound only, listening to affirmations. But YouTube has some really good ones. I've got one on my channel around health. I'm going to be adding a few more, but any of those that you resonate with is good to have in the toolkit of something that you download or you have in your history or your watch later in your YouTube section, something where you can easily grab it and go. And finally, a sleep mask is really important as well. Sometimes you just don't need any extra stimulation, and so you've got your headphones on, you've sipped your tea, you've got your candle or whatever, and you turn on, well, maybe not a candle if you've got an eye mask on, but you've got one to drown out if something's really bright. Sometimes just noises and light can be really stimulating, as they would be after like a migraine or something like that. So you've got a mask. I've got a mask in my toolkit that really helps to just drown out anything extra that might be overstimulating. Hey kids, one last thing that I wanted to add right before I edited this video, these are a little bit gross, is after you've done all these things, you've come down, you used your toolkit, what are the next steps? I would take a day before you self-examine. Why did I have that panic attack? I think it's important to look at what a trigger might have been, how you can start to slowly peel back the layers of working through that so it doesn't become so much of a trigger. But I would wait 24 hours, 48 hours before you look into that, because sometimes right after an attack is going to be a little bit too stimulating for that. So I'd recommend that self-examination to be around 24 to 48 hours afterwards. Again, this is up to you, but this is my suggestion. Along with that, journaling can be really powerful of what happened during that attack and what triggered it, and new things that were helping. Documenting to help you look back and see things that are helpful and non-helpful and as a part of this process. And always cuddling. If you've got a fur baby around you, a cat or dog or a lizard, I don't know why a lizard came to mind, but that might serve some of you. Anything that you can get around. If you don't have pets, looking at cute cuddly pet videos is fun, or if you've got any other humans around you, to work with them as well, to just get a little extra love. If you need to call a friend, especially when we're in this time of not being around a lot of other people, or if we're still in this time, it's good to call and have that be a part of your toolkit of calling a friend, someone that knows that, hey, can you be a part of my anxiety toolkit? So after I've calmed myself down, I can call you, or in the midst of an attack, I can call you and we can talk about it, and I know that you'll answer. Or we have a symbol of when I send the dragon emoji, that you try and text me as soon as you can, or you try and call back as soon as you can. knowing that I need to kind of talk down or talk through this. So have one of your buddies designated as your piece of your toolkit. So those are my tips and tricks for the 5 senses to help you through an attack. Please let me know yours. Please let the community know yours. I think it's huge that you took this moment to send a little love your way. I love you. I send you so much light. Until next time. Any questions? I'm leapoffaithlife on Instagram. Please tell you what, I'm ready for this. It's really nice. It's really good. It's a good look. Yeah?